Hello, this is Tristan from heartratemonitor.co.uk, and this is my 10 or 15 minute video review of the TomTom Spark 3, also known as a Runner 3, just depends where it's being marketed. The TomTom Spark 3 is a competent GPS sports watch with multi-sport profiles covering everything from running to swimming, cycling and indoor training. It's a 24/7 activity tracker, so it can track your daily steps and your calories and distance on a weekly and daily basis. And it's a heart rate monitor with wrist-based heart rate taken off the back of the watch, which, before I forget to say, I have to say it's been exceptionally accurate. Of all of the wrist-based heart rate monitors I've tested, the TomTom products have been brilliant. Very, very good, even in challenging interval training or very short, sharp shocks, going from sort of 120 to 170. The TomTom has worked, in a very short period of time, the TomTom has worked exceptionally well. So heart rate, built-in GPS for outdoor speed and distance, activity tracking, and the main difference between this model, the Spark 3, and the previous model is the ability to do route exploration. So TomTom have added a option here called Trails, which lets you choose a previously explored GPX route, which you can import from third-party sources into the software if you want to. This is a local loop that I've ran before, so I've made that one of my routes to explore. And if I want to train with that route, all I need to do is set it there, choose it. Now, even though I'm indoors, the TomTom's found my GPS signal. There's the route, and I can now zoom in and find the start of that route and then explore it and run it. It's not auto routing, it's not telling you when you've gone off route or go left, turn right. You do need to look at it and follow it. It's just a breadcrumb trail that you have to follow, so it's not an auto router, but it is effective, it's useful. If you're training without a route, so if you were training with the trails turned off here, then as you progress outside, the unit itself would build a breadcrumb trail to show you where you've been, and then you can to get back, you then obviously just reverse that and follow the trail back. But again, it's not auto routing or helping you in any way other than showing you where you are on the trail. Okay, so that's the main difference between the Spark 3 Runner 3 and the previous model, the Runner 2, is the addition of GPS route exploration. One of the things that makes the features that makes the Spark 3 different to, say, for example, some of the Garmin, like the Vivo Active or the Forerunner watches, is its internal memory, which can be used to store music. So the Spark 3 can be uploaded using the Mac or PC software to select certain playlists from your computer, and then when you're training, you can then, using the Bluetooth connection to your headphones, listen to the tracks as you run. Currently I don't have any headphones connected, but it's good. It's great to be able to go to the gym or go for a run without having to have your phone on you and just a set of Bluetooth headphones, and it works very well. There's room in the memory for about 500 songs. Okay, so the purpose of my videos is always just to show you a feel for the watch as if you owned one yourself. As you can see, it's a very slim unit and it fits even a skinny wrist like mine very well. I'm going to quickly go through the main screens so you can see what the watch does, and hopefully make a decision if it's suitable for you or not. From my testing, which has been about 3 or 4 weeks, I have to say I think it's a great watch. It does everything I need. It's not the most technical watch. It doesn't give any real feedback at the end of a session with regards to heart rate if you're overtraining or undertraining. So there's no training load or recovery like you might get from a Polar M430 or even from a Garmin Vivo Active HR with their training load data. But it will give you analysis of time in zones, average, maximum, minimum heart rate, etc. Okay, so let's just go through the screens. Going backwards, from this, it's all controlled from this 4-way toggle switch here, which makes navigation very easy. If you want the backlight on, by the way, you just put your fingers over the display. You can't see it because of the way I've got my light, and the backlight will come on. Going back on the toggle, we get to the steps, daily and weekly, calories, distance, and active time, and then forwards back to time of day. Going down, we get to all of the settings where we set up our sensors, pair with the phone, etc. I'm not going to go through all of those. They're pretty self-explanatory. Tracker's just telling it to free which metrics we want the watch to track. I think I forgot to say it is also a sleep monitor, so it will give you duration and quality of your sleep. Okay, so that is down, will get you to those settings. Up takes you to music, back takes you to the activity tracker. To exercise, we press on the right hand toggle, and then we can see the different sports profiles installed into the watch. You don't have the ability to change them or add new ones. These are as it comes, but for most people it covers all bases. So we have run, cycle, swim. Swim includes proper metrics, so you tell it the pool size, etc. And when you're swimming, you can see your distance, the lengths, the speed, and even your SWOLF score, which is a swimming efficiency score. So it's a competent swim watch, similar to something like the Poolmate watches or the Garmin Forerunner 920 XT, Polar V800, or Sunto Ambit, Sunto Spartan with its internal swim metrics. Treadmill, it's got an internal accelerometer, so it will give you speed, distance and pace from the accelerometer in the watch when you're running on a treadmill. It's not super accurate, about 90%, but it's consistent, and it's better than not having any feedback at all. Some people might find it more accurate than that, some people may less. It depends on your running style and efficiency, I guess. A gym, indoor biking, freestyle, and stopwatch. Stopwatch is something that many people forget to put in a watch. It's great. You've just got a proper stopwatch. I can time things. I can press this button on the right to get laps down, and when I've finished, I can recall that activity. Let's go back to running. While you're training, I'll just put this into run mode. Just wait for a second for it to get GPS, which bear in mind I am sitting indoors, so it's doing very well. So the views you see here are TomTom set, and you can't change them yourself. So for each sport, they've given you the metrics that they think are most relevant to that sport type. The bottom two you can set yourself, and they are the same for each view. So if you always want to have, for example, heart rate zone and distance, or time of day and pace, then you can always have them on the bottom. So I've got clock time and average pace in my running settings. I'm just going up and down here with the toggle. If you go this way, you will see a time spent within the different zones. So as I spend more time in fat burn zone, for example, that bar there would fill in, and I'd be able to see where I'd spent most of my time. This screen will show a nice heart rate graph of my heart rate over time throughout the session. To stop the exercise, just press the left key and then go back to time of day, and that's now into the memory of the watch. When you go into training mode of any sport, you can decide how you want to train. So going up gives you the history of sessions you've previously done. Going down lets you set the type of training you want to do. So training can either be no goal, goal set, distance, time or calorie, interval set, which is, I'll go into that in a second, laps, so time based, distance based on manual lapping by tapping the screen, zones, so you can say you want to run specifically in a certain pace or on a bike a certain speed or within a certain heart rate zone, and then you just lock it in. So let's say I want to do it in fat burning zone. This is now set to zone training. Intervals, very simple to set up. Just choose your warm-up, so let's go for a 5-minute time. The work is going to be 1 mile. The rest is going to be 4 minutes. I'm going to do that 3 times. I'm going to cool down for 8 minutes. And now it tells me I'm doing an interval session. Press start, and then it tells me I'm doing a warm-up. Stop that with the left-hand button. We also have our metrics. Now the metrics allow me to set what I see on those permanent windows on the left and on the right. These are the options. Same for the right. Speed, I can choose either pace, speed or both. Obviously normally when you're running pace, and for the cycling specific it would be speed. Playlists, these are the playlists that I have in the watch, and I can choose one of these to train with. Splits is it's automatically lapping basically. I think it's a slightly confusing word. Splits means if it's on, it will automatically put down a marker every mile or every kilometre into the memory. So there seems to be a bit of overlap there between laps in the training mode, distance-based laps, and splits. Something that I need to just retest because I'm still a little bit confused. But you have auto lapping is something that for runners and cyclists that's quite an important feature. And then trails is if you want to follow the route explore feature with a previously explored GPX route, then you just select it there. Currently does not have smartphone notifications. I believe it is something they will be introducing, but currently it does not, so please check the TomTom spec on the site to see if that changes. As I say, it's supported by a competent app which does everything you'd expect it to do, recording your goals and achievements, and that's available for both iOS and Android. It's a little bit slow on my Android phone, but I'm not too sure if that's the actual app itself or my phone, but I do find it a little bit slow getting to the data. Synchronization is good, Bluetooth synchronization is good, but actually getting the screens to change seems to be a little bit slow, as you can see here. Yeah, I've yet to test it on an iOS device, so it could just be that it's slow on my Android phone. Other apps aren't, so Garmin Connect and Sunto Moves Count or Polar Flow aren't slow, so I'm not too sure. So this is my end of the review. It's the TomTom Spark 3, Runner 3. Please check the price of it from the links in the review and also underneath this YouTube video if you're watching the video on YouTube. Battery life is good. It's what you would expect from a GPS sports watch with built-in heart rate. I'm going to pop it up on the screen because I've forgotten what it is, and yeah, I highly rate it. Anything else I've missed, I will add notes to the video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.